Thank you, Michael. May I also start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land upon which we gather, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and thank you, Uncle Andrew Gardner, for your warm welcome and accepting us into your lands. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with the Islamic greeting of Salam Alaikum, which means peace be upon you, and Ramadan Mubarak to you all. I would like to thank you all for participating in this event. I'd also quickly like to acknowledge our co-host, the Honourable Ros Spence, Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Minister for Community Sport, Minister for Youth, for her work in her portfolio and for getting behind this initiative, and to Mr Neil Angus, the Shadow Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, Shadow Minister for Consumer Affairs and Shadow Assistant Treasurer, for the work he does in his portfolio, and collectively, and all the other parliamentarians for the work that they do for our democracy here in Victoria and Australia. I'd like to acknowledge our keynote speaker, Dr. Nikki Vincent, the Public Sector Gender Equality Commissioner. She has done tremendous work in South Australia in pursuit of equal opportunity and leadership development, and we're looking forward to hearing her presentation shortly. Quickly like to also acknowledge some parliamentary dignitaries with us tonight. From the Federal Politics, we have Dr. Katie Allen. Welcome, good to see you here. We also have Ms. Maria Van Vaccination here as well. Great to see you here. And Mr. Andrew Giles from the Federal Opposition. And Mr. Adam Bant is also here, the leader of the Greens Party. From the state parliamentarians, I know the names have been read out, but quickly I'd like to also acknowledge everyone. The Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, the Honourable Colin Brooks, Minister Luke Donnellan, Honourable Josh Bull, Honourable Robin Scott, Ms Sarah Connolly, Mr Matt Friggin, Mr John Kennedy, Mr Gary Mars, Ms Pauline Richards, Mr Heng Tiang from the government. Welcome to you all. It's great to have you all here with us tonight. From the opposition, we have the leader, as mentioned, Michael O'Brien. Great to see you and welcome to today's program. The Honourable Edward O'Donoghue, Ms Louise Staley, Mr David Southwick, Mr Brad Rosewell, the Honourable Bruce Atkinson, Mr Richard Reardon. Welcome to you, one and all. From the Greens, the leader, Dr Samantha Ratnam. Great to see you here as well. Thank you very much for joining us. And Dr Tim Reid, and also all the way from Shepparton, Ms Susanna Sheep. Great to see you here. And apologies if I've inadvertently omitted anyone, but you're all welcome. Thank you again for your support. To the members of the judiciary, welcome you. To all the judges, magistrates, barristers and legal practitioners here tonight. To the many representatives from the Consular Corps, the public service, law enforcement agencies, media, academia, NGO, sports, arts, entertainment, business community and religious groups, welcome one and all. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, the NAB, Arab Bank, Parker Lawyers, Melbourne ISP, Gurza McQueen, Fountain Bookshop and our primary sponsor, Settlement Foundation, for making tonight a reality. It's with their support that we're able to bring these sort of programs to you. And also like to say thank you and acknowledge Michael Rowland for taking time out of his busy schedule, and it's great to see him here tonight emceeing this evening's program. Also quickly like to acknowledge the AIS Advisory Board members who are here with us tonight. Thank you for your ongoing support. The AIS executive team as well, who are here aplenty. The Victoria Parliament Iftar dinner is one of the most special dinners in the month of Ramadan for us. It is a good reminder of how far we have come throughout the years, as AIS held its very first Iftar dinner in 2001. And it's the AIS's 20th Iftar dinner. We should say annual, but because of last year's break, we've missed one annual year, but it's great to see that we've been able to chalk up 20 years of Iftar dinners, and as mentioned, this is the 15th big Parliament. And this month alone, we're hosting some 33 Iftar dinners, with about 27 of them being home Iftar. So yes, if you are interested to participate in this experience, you're more than welcome to come along to one of our homes. History will record 2020 as one of the harshest years in the human timeline. COVID has been devastating on many fronts. Firstly, and tragically, the loss of lives across the globe. That is front and centre of the damage it's inflicted. It's impacted our economy. There's been a loss of income for many. It's physically separated some of us with our loved ones, and unfortunately has given rise to discrimination and prejudice. These are the few that stand out. We have seen our Australian Asian community be targeted with racial abuse in the early part of last year for something they had no input to. We've seen the Black Lives Matter movement across the USA and Australia gather momentum, standing up for a cause they believe in, yet their pursuit for justice and equality still continues today. We are still working towards gender equality and providing safe spaces for women in the public and private space. And that's why I look forward to hearing Dr. Vincent's presentation on this very topic. These are very challenging times, and these are some of the conversations that we are having in the Australian discourse. When it comes to the virus, we anticipate the vaccine rollout will eventually allow us to get on top of it. It is envisaged the global community will ensure no country is left behind in their attempt to vaccinate their population. It is a relief that we can develop a vaccine to rid us of any cells within our body that is causing us harm and putting our life in danger. But what about a vaccination against racism? What about an antidote against prejudice? Even though we can't produce a vaccination from external ingredients, we do have the ingredients within us to get on top of this social disease. We can make that mind shift. We can develop a mindset that eliminates stereotyping, racism, by trying to engage with the many community organisations out there who are trying to build bridges between mainstream society and their community. These simple and effective steps help build a resilient society. Getting out of our comfort zone and being immersed in the environment of the other, engaging and looking for commonalities, helps develop better understanding between us. It won't be long before we realise there are far more commonalities than there are differences. There will no longer be an us and them. Looking beyond labels and seeing that we make up this wonderful global mosaic where each one of us is an integral and important piece in that puzzle is not something extraordinary, but a common outcome. Finding these common points lead to our oneness in humanity and dependency on each other to get through tough things, such as the COVID pandemic that we're struggling with. I believe Australia could lead the way in demonstrating that a multicultural society can add value to its unity, identity and growth. We do need to get more people involved in the conversation, and although I'm preaching to the converted, it's our collective responsibility to reach out to those who are disenfranchised, to those who are not part of this conversation. Challenging these people to join mainstream society is not going to be easy, but from one small conversation, I'm sure we'll plant the seed for future discussions. It is a tough ask in a COVID-affected world, but we could only try. Ramadan is a time for reflection, and these are some of the thoughts that are on my mind that I wanted to share with you tonight. Once again, I thank you all for your attendance and your ongoing support, and wish that this holy night will open doors of mercy upon us all. I pay tribute to our sponsors, our partners, for helping us with tonight's program. I greet everyone with the deepest respect. Ramadan Mubarak to you all. Thank you.